Ladies and gentlemen, Imus in the morning.
Well, the Blondes are coming up. They'd obviously will. But in the meantime, I'm tired of... Oh, God.
Now what?
Connell is absolutely driving me insane. Was he like this when you worked with him, Dagan?
I'm driving you.
Sure you guys used to have?
What, a toady? You mean apologist? Sure. I love him for that.
Oh, man. I mean, I don't care what you say or what I say. Even worse than Charles used to be.
Oh, come on.
Because Charles was just so out of it. But no matter what I say...
Right.
Connell will have stuff... but it was, it's just, apologizing for whatever. I mean, it's not necessary. It's just not, whatever.
Don't you want a friend who will always come to your defense, though?
No. I don't.
He's trying to be a yin to your yang.
I don't want that.
What?
He wants
I want him to be quiet.
He's an optimist. He sees the bright side.
Why? The only thing about Rob and Tony not being here is I'm the only one here now. Dagan goes to the bathroom after that last break. Nat's under the bleachers over there somewhere. And Carly's hiding. I'm the only one here. There has to be another solution. Like Tom could come down and check in on you. There's got to be someone else.
No, you're it.
You never used to speak to me. I would write the news.
Speaking of Rob and Tony, let's go back in the green room because apparently Tony has a special guest. Is that right, Tony?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Who is your special guest, Tony?
Well, we were lucky. We had Larry Flint who came
just
back.
Tell me who it is. Not whether we're lucky or whatever we are. Who is your special guest?
Larry
Give me the name of the person.
Flint.
Okay. Oh, we're lucky.
We are lucky to have Larry.
I wouldn't consider I'm all that lucky.
How are you this morning, Larry?
How do you think I am? I'm ready to go for a run, you moron.
So, Larry, I know you've been making a lot of money in the movies. Do you have any new projects coming up?
Yeah, I'm doing a parody of Gravity. It's about people having sex with no oxygen. You'd be perfect for that, Imus. Yeah, hold your breath. As if you actually were having sex.
So when you're in town, what do you like to do?
I like to go to Broadway musicals. I saw Rocky last night. Got a standing ovation. Not for me. I didn't care for the music. I want to ask Michael Riedel if he could turn one of my movies into a Broadway musical. Asian Party Sluts.
Oh, yeah? Really?
I just think the lyricist may have a hard time finding rhymes for uterus.
What are your plans this weekend, Larry?
I'm going to go to Tarrytown, to the Tarrytown Music Hall to see Rob and Tony do their show. Apparently there's seating available for me on the stage.
That'll be fine.
Just 70% new material.
Horrible.
TarrytownMusicHall.org for tickets.
30 minutes after the hour, it's time for some news. That is just not funny. That is not funny.
It's hilarious.
That is horrible. So, Warner, who won the games last night?
Well, they call them the play-in games because now Albany won and North Carolina State won.
Okay.
So we have two more games tonight.
Who plays tonight?
Well, California Poly plays Texas Southern. That's the first game.
What?
He's going to Tarrytown.
California Poly plays Texas Southern in the first game. And Iowa plays Tennessee in the second game. But the big story is Phil Jackson.
Yeah. So. What happened there?
Well, he says he will use Carmelo Anthony. He said he thinks he can
he's in Tarrytown.
upgrade his game. That 2015 season, that's the one when all the free agents become available. And I say congratulations to James Dolan for standing up like a man.
Where was he for the last 10 years?
Yeah,
Please.
who cares? Why are we kissing up to James Dolan?
He shows his face because Phil Jackson is there. Look how great we are. Where the heck's he been?
Well,
they sucked for 25 years.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't been there 25
Yeah, and he hasn't talked to anybody either.
Well, that's true.
He hasn't talked to anybody in almost 10 years.
7 years, that's right.
Go back into a closet and lock it.
What?
Jeez.
What he did?
What a doofus. What a buffoon.
He came out, he said, I'm not a basketball guy.
Oh, really? Thanks for telling us all. We really thought you were.
Well,
I think the first clue was Isaiah Thomas.
That's right.
Maybe it was a clue before that.
Yeah.
Well, why are you so angry, Lou?
I mean, he shows his face because there's good news finally. Hey, look, I've got the best basketball guy here. But where have you been? We don't want to hear from you now.
Lou's a closet bitter Knicks fan.
He is the reason they've sucked.
No, but I think Warner would say, and Warner doesn't need me to stick up for him, though I'll just take this opportunity to do so. Now we have good news. So somebody's got to announce it. Who's going to announce it if he doesn't? Spike Lee?
Just say it and then sit back and shut up.
Lupica writes in the paper this morning, the way to bet is that this will end badly, quote unquote.
Oh, well, there's no question it's going to end badly.
They made the right move, but he is like, oh, here I am. Look how great it is. I brought Phil Jackson here. But you've done nothing for the last 25 years but wrong moves.
Yeah.
Wrong. Now he's finally out because he's got the best guy in basketball there.
Well, he
admitted
that. I'm saying to stand up and admit.
I know what Warner's saying. It's true, but he has been he's disappeared for the last 20 years.
But he finally acknowledged that he didn't know what he was doing.
Right.
Right, Warner?
That's right. That's the point.
He's acknowledging it because Phil Jackson's right next to him. That's why he's acknowledging it.
Well, what difference does it make?
Because he should have acknowledged it if he was smart years ago.
But he didn't.
But that's stupid.
Well, no, what? He didn't acknowledge it. Now here we are. What do we do now?
Well, what was the big revelation yesterday that told him, oh, I don't know what I'm doing? He should have realized that years ago.
Well, but he didn't.
He pushed out guys who did know what they were doing.
Wait a minute. City for Queens.
And you're right. It still could end badly, too.
Do you understand Lou's point, Warner? I don't.
I see his point, but I would look at it as he knew that
better late than never.
He didn't have it, and in his mind, he didn't have a good basketball man ready, not like Phil Jackson. So he took the opportunity to say, in essence, I'm sorry, I'm not a basketball guy. I was out of my element, but I'm turning it all over to this guy.
When they hired Mike Woodson, when they hired him, Phil Jackson was available. They never even contacted him. Never even contacted him.
Well, that's as a coach.
Right, but they didn't even contact him.
Well, he's not coaching.
Yes, but they didn't pick up the phone to even contact him. He said, Knicks have never contacted me. They had their chance to get him years before.
Well, no, but then nobody could ever do anything if they're going to be held responsible for having done nothing before. No, I mean, if at some point finally somebody says, well, I'm going to do something.
It's okay.
Right. And then and after years of not doing anything.
Well, when they were bad, why didn't he ever talk to the media while they were sucking? Well, we don't know that. That's right. Well, I know because he didn't want to. He was scared. Okay, that's the reason. Now he's got good news. Here I am. Well, big deal. Great.
Well, what should he do then?
He should. It's fine to be there, but he was on interviews yesterday. Oh, I'm going to be out with Francesco. I'm going to be out with Michael Kay. No one wants to hear from you now.
What, was he on with Francesco and Michael Kay?
Oh, yeah, he was on with everybody.
He was on with everybody yesterday because the Knicks looked good yesterday bringing him in.
Was Francesco hammer him, or how'd that go?
I didn't hear the interview, but I know he was gone.
God, it's just basketball.
No, but I mean, I'm just stunned at Lou's position. Because I don't know what the guy could do. I mean, I don't know. I have no interest in James Dolan or the Knicks.
But a lot of people feel like Lou does it bitter about the.
He is the reason they have sucked.
I understand that.
Well,
that's
But he said that.
Right. But
he admitted that.
Right, but he could have been saying it all along. He's made one terrible move after another.
But he didn't.
Okay, well, we can go around in circles.
He had a come-to-Jesus moment.
That's good.
He had this big epiphany.
They made the right decision, I agree. They made the right move.
He made the right
move. But you seem to be saying that because they didn't make this move before, he should have not done it now.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, what are you saying?
I'm saying he was standing up there saying, look how great we look and how great I look bringing him here today. Yeah. Look what a great day this is.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's smiling and going on. He's going on interviews now when he never talked to anybody before.
Sure.
And the reason is because I've got good news now. I brought Phil Jackson here. He was asked to come on interviews for years, and he didn't do it. He wouldn't do it.
Fine.
But that's because he knew he was going to get hammered. And yesterday he knew he was going to get praised.
Well, okay, fine.
Well, that's okay. That's what I'm saying.
Well, why does it doesn't make any sense?
Because you should stand up when you're making bad moves and say, yes, I've been making bad moves.
Well, he didn't do that.
Right. Well, that's the problem.
He did it yesterday, didn't he, Warner?
Oh, absolutely.
He had to do it yesterday. That's because he brought a guy in who knows what he's doing.
But listen, he didn't have to say I was out of my element.
What's your? Let me hear your take.
Well, you're arguing. You guys are arguing. You're not even disagreeing.
I'm stunned.
You're arguing different.
That Lou is the. What difference does it make what he did before?
Right, you guys are in different time periods. Lou's like in 1997, and you're arguing about the future. So it's a different. It's not even a. You're going to go around in circles all morning. It's not going to get anywhere. Lou's just mad. Like a lot of he's expressing.
Mad. I'm just saying, what is this big praise for him all about yesterday?
Well, now that's an issue with you. Now you're taking. You're angry at Warner, not to.
I'm not angry at Warner.
Sounds to me like you are.
I'm just saying.
Sounds to me like you're taking Warner out. Doesn't it sound that way to you, Dagan?
Angry at Warner.
Not at all. I'm in Lou's camp.
You are?
Oh, hell yeah. Because you can't trust a man. He's going to screw it up. Like, shut up about him. Don't praise him. I don't care what he said yesterday. He's going to screw it up again.
Well, so then we're all taking issue with Warner then. Warner.
Yes.
The guy's a skunk.
Yeah, Warner.
And he should have done this long before. He didn't. He finally did it yesterday.
How did this?
And I think Lou's point, now I finally understand, he doesn't deserve to be praised for what he did yesterday after being an a-hole for the past whatever amount of time it's been.
That's what I've been saying.
That's very good, Lou. That's a good point.
That's what I've been saying.
Okay, that's a good point.
I say when a man stands up, he didn't have to do this, and says, I'm out of my element. I was not a basketball guy,
right?
But I had to do it because I was the chairman. But now I'm turning it over to a guy who really knows what's going on.
He
didn't have to use the first part.
Let me echo Lupica's words in the paper. This will not end well, period. Mm-hmm. Time for the news now. It's 17 after the hour. Way past. We're so far behind now.
Yeah, Connell.
Yeah, I know.
The only news is, did they find the plane?
No.
Where's the plane?
There's the actual news headline out of that.